Hello there, this is DBT and these are the runes. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt Legends. And today, as you saw in the title and in the thumbnail, it's another token dump day, which means I'm gonna be spending a lot of tokens into one particular car, in this case, the Bugatti Divo. And you might be wondering, DBT, when are you doing this? And most importantly, why are you doing it? But don't worry, I'll explain in a second. But before I get into it, if you enjoy my content, please hit the like button on this video and also subscribe to the channel. Doing these things helps the channel to be discovered, more people can find these videos, and as you know in YouTube, more eyes is more better. So go ahead and help me out by liking this video and subscribing. Now, the first thing to explain over here is the fact that I'm recording this at the very end of the Voltage Rush season. You can see that there's only like 3 hours left of the season. And well, I don't know when this video is actually gonna be coming out, because once the new season begins, there's gonna be a lot of things to talk about. But I still wanted to record this whole thing of opening the packs for the Divo, showing you my luck, and also explain my logic behind doing this. But alright, so the main thing to understand over here is that the Bugatti Divo was, or is at this point when I'm recording, one of the support cars for the Icona Volcano Spider Special event, that is stage 8. And because of that, this car is part of the multi-packs. Now you can see that I've already completed all of the other stages, because all of these cars I actually do have at max stars. So much so that when you have a look at the multi-packs that is available for me, there's only this one that will contain blueprints for the Divo, the Countach, and the Rematch Concept S, and yet the only one, or the only blueprints that I will get are those for the Bugatti Divo. Now, as I explained before, these multi-packs, even though the drop rate has been nerfed as it used to be, you know, back in the day used to be 20%, nowadays it's 15%, but even then, this is still a pretty good opportunity, because these packs are cheaper than what normally a Bugatti Divo pack would cost me at 900 tokens. This one costs 750 for the 10 pack, and also the drop rate is higher, and each drop gives me 4 blueprints instead of 3. So by all accounts, this is way better than buying regular packs if this car was to be featured in some other event just by itself. So that is why I thought, man, maybe this is my opportunity to finally star up my Bugatti Divo. Now, I did say star up because actually I do own this car. At some point I was able to unlock it, and I have it at 1 single star plus another 7 blueprints that I got. So this is the current state of my Bugatti Divo. But the reality is that this is a car that I actually do quite like in the way that it looks. I think it's a pretty cool looking Bugatti. You know that I like them so long as they have wings. And overall, this is a pretty cool car. IRL is super expensive and super rare over here. Not so much, but I do want to take a second into looking at the stats of this car at gold. Now, actually, I already made a video playing with this car. I think by now the video should be released. If that's the case, I'll put it in the top right, because in that video I was talking about how I was playing with the car in the free try in MP2 that is available right at this moment to try to convince myself to spend tokens on this car. So just as a quick overview, 6-star car, maximum rank of 4773, top speed of almost 400 at 396. It's alrightish for Class S, acceleration of 85.70. It's on the high side, but it's not super great. Handling of 6148, it's goodish, and the nitro at 70, almost 74, it's pretty good. So overall, this is a car that I thought maybe could be useful for me in Gauntlet, but the reality is that this acceleration, while it is pretty good, it is not the level of good that normally is required in Gauntlet. At least I don't think so. Normally in Gauntlet, you see those crazy 87, 88, 89, even 90 acceleration cars. So this would not necessarily mean a lot of it there. And then when I actually drove this car, I found out that it drifts kind of wide, which I did not remember at all. And yet, I still won the car, to be completely honest with you. And then also considering that I do own 3 epics for the car, which is not a ton, but then through the event, if I do have the car at max stars, I can get another 4 epics. That's 7 epics out of 16. I can almost half gold it, so I'll probably put that on acceleration, maybe on nitro. I don't know, I'll think about it. But yeah, I can definitely make some progress in the important stats for this car, so you know what? I'm going to do it. But let me tell you the logic behind my decision to spend on this car, because here's the deal. This car requires 300 blueprints in order to get it to 6 stars. Now, because I already unlocked it and I have another 7 blueprints, unlocking requires 85 blueprints. Plus the 7 that I have, it's 92 blueprints that I already have. So if we put 300 blueprints minus the 92 that I have already, it's 208 blueprints left to get. Now, if I divide those 208 by 4, divided by 4, it's 52 drops. That's to say that if I get 52 drops in all of the packs that I buy, that's gonna be enough to get the card to 6 stars. Now, assuming that I have the absolute worst luck in the entire universe and every single 10 pack that I buy only has the 1 drop with 4 blueprints, then if I multiply these 52 packs times 750 tokens, that's gonna cost me 39,000 tokens flat. Now, like I said, this is the 100% worst case scenario where it's nearly impossible for this to happen. I'm surely gonna get some other packs that will contain more blueprints, but this was my thought. So if I do average, let's say 2 drops per 10 packs, meaning 8 blueprints per 10 pack, then this cuts the price in half. So instead of 39,000, that would be 19,000, somewhere over there, right? So that's not too bad to take the card to 6 stars, or so I believe. So with all of that explanation out of the way, I put the 10 pack counter at the top left so that I can hopefully keep track of how many 10 packs I'm buying. And yeah, let's hope that I don't need to spend too many tokens on this. I know that it's kind of weird for me to be spending so many tokens. In fact, you might be a little bit confused as to DBT. Didn't you recently made a couple of videos recently, quote unquote, on buying a bunch of packs for the McLaren Sabre, and then you did another one for the Jesko? How do you have so many tokens? All right, let's keep in mind that those are 2 separate accounts. I did the Sabre. Okay, this one had 3 drops, so that's not bad at all. All right, pretty good. I did the McLaren Sabre in this account, in my Nintendo Switch account, which is, well, my best account, where I tend to save the most and this and that. And then the Jesko, where I did spend like 40-something thousand. I'll put the link in the top right if you want to watch me getting the Jesko. Ooh! Yeah, in that one I did spend a lot, but that was in my other account, in my global account, my kind of secondary account. So yeah, that's why you see me spending like this so quickly, one after the other. All right, this only had 2 drops, but hey, I did get my car started up, so let's do just that. Oh yeah, that's gonna be 2 stars. Now granted, obviously the second star requires very little blueprints in order to get it to the next star, so and it goes increasing, but hey, it's fine. Let's just keep doing this, because oh boy. Now, to be fair, I have done purchases like this, and like I said, I tend to do it during this multi-packs where it's just 1 card that I'm missing, because really this ends up being a lot cheaper, like I said earlier, than if you were to do it in a regular 10 pack that costs you the full price and has less blueprint. Wow, this is a terrible pack that only had 1 drop. That's absolutely terrible. Jesus. All right, let's hope that this whole thing ends up like balancing itself out. Like I said, so long as I average 2 drops per 10 pack, that is more than enough for me to consider this worthwhile, because I would only end up spending under 20,000 instead of almost 40,000. So yeah, this one is gonna contain 2 drops, but I would expect some more. Honestly, so far I'm getting some really not fantastic drops in general. I mean, again, as it's always the case, this eventually averages out. If somebody wants to do the calculations once we finish this video, and what was my... Ooh, okay, this is gonna have a lot, because look. Oh yeah, that's 2 drops, 3 drops. All right, it's gonna have a 4 drop. All right, that one definitely helped out quite a bit. So that's gonna take us to the 3rd star. Now, there's one thing that I really need to keep in mind, and that is that I need to stop when I get to 5 stars. Because at 5 stars, I can go into the special event and claim another 10 blueprints for the car through the event itself, rather than, having to buy them. So that's something that I need to be mindful of once I get to the 5th star. But hey, let's see. So yeah, so long as I average, 2 drops per 10 pack, that would make me happy enough. But honestly, I would expect a little bit more from this packs, because again, with the 15% chance, that should help quite a bit. But either way, again, I got 2 drops over here, which is not ideal, but not terrible either. I think we're in our 7th 10 pack. Now, much like I mentioned in the Koenigsegg Jesko video, it would be kind of hilarious if these cars, for which I'm spending a bunch of tokens, end up being featured in some burst of speed soon or something like that, and be like, ah, man. But even then, if it was a burst of speed, I don't know. I mean, at least I would have already eliminated this car from the pool, so I don't know. All right, that had 3 drops. That's pretty nice. So let's just keep going, and we should be in 10 pack number 8, I believe. Okay, so I'm once again under 100,000 tokens. And look, much like I talked about in the Koenigsegg Jesko video, on unlocking the Koenigsegg Jesko, I'm willing to spend a bunch of tokens in non-Lambo things because I know that in this entire new update, there's only one new Lambo. Oh, wow, that contained 4 drops? Okay, now we're talking. All right, that's pretty dope. I like it. Yeah, we need to buy one more of this, so yeah. I know that there's only one Lamborghini coming for the next couple of months because, you know, we got the patch notes. We know that there's one new Lambo. And obviously, I'm going to be spending tokens on that. But it's not like super urgent to spend dozens and dozens and dozens of thousands of tokens. So, yeah, I'm okay with spending some on this. Then I'll spend on the Lambo. And I'll continue saving once again. All right, so that had what? 2 drops? Yeah, 2 drops. So that should take us to the to the 4th star. All right, pretty good, pretty good. All right, all right. Now, this is where the amount of blueprints required really starts going high, but still. And now, another thing to mention over here is the fact that, as I said at the very start of the video, I'm recording this at the very, very end of the entire thing because I really could not make up my mind if I wanted to spend on this car or not. Like I said, it's a Bugatti that I really like, but then I'm like, I'm going to be spending a bunch of tokens and all of that saving will go to a car that is not going to be super useful, but I do like the car and, you know. Okay, this one had 3 drops. Yes, 3 drops. All right. That's all right. Keep going. So that is why I'm recording literally right before this whole thing ends, because I could not decide if I was going to do it or not. I'm like, I'll do it. No, I won't. Yes, I do it. No, I won't. Eventually, I decided to do it because it's a Class S car. It has decent acceleration. I think it's going to be a fun one to drive overall, even if it has subpar. Well, not subpar. Oh, that was 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now this is looking good. I like it. Now let's get another one. It's not an absolutely amazing performing car, and yet it's not absolutely terrible either. And I think I'm gonna have some fun with this car after all, so yes. Now, here's a funny thing. As I'm recording this, currently there's a bug. I hope that by the time this video is released, which again, it could be in like several weeks, a month, or 2 months after I recorded this, we had this issue of, okay, hold on, that's 1, 2, 3. All right, 3 drops. That's still pretty good. I'll take it. Now let's buy one more over here. We're in pack 13. We have this bug that was just introduced upon the release of the new patch, where floaty drifts is not really all that possible, that something went wrong. I don't know exactly what, but yeah, for some reason the floaty drift is kind of impossible to do at the moment. So people are super mad about it. Okay, so that only had 2 drops, right? 1, 2. Yeah, that was not fantastic. It was not the greatest thing ever, but that is definitely enough for me to take the car to 5 stars. Let's go, baby. Oh, yeah. Now, this is precisely the part where I wanted to stop. Because I need to check what's the deal with the special event. So stage 8 of the Volcano Spider event. Here are 5 blueprints that I can get over here. There are some tokens, whatever, all of this. 1 epic over here. 5 more blueprints over here. Another epic. And once I get it to 6 stars, I'll be able to get the additional 2 epics. But yeah, look at this. 10 blueprints. All right. I need to do some races. So if you don't mind me. So just to have something moving in this video that is not just the card packs, let's do the last race to get my last blueprints in this event. I already did the other 4 races to get 8 out of the 10 blueprints. But hey, let's do this one because why not? Now, again, you saw it. The car, technically, the upgrades are only like at half of 1 star. But even then, that is more than enough to get the requirements over here because really it's just about beating a time of like 114 or something. And also getting, I don't know how many meters of drift. Both of them really easily doable in manual drive. I don't know, probably for touch drive, that might be a different story. But you know that in manual is not too much of a problem. I was going to say, so long as you know what you're doing. But that sounds a little bit like, oh yeah, look at me, I'm a good player. I'm not. You know how I am, all right? So don't worry too much about that. Oh, too high of a jump, it's fine. But yeah, so I was testing while I was doing these races what I was saying about the floaties that are not really doable anymore. Yeah, I can confirm. Let's try this. Yeah, you see how I couldn't get drifting after the 360? I'm gonna try again. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Now you can still do punch drifts, which, you know, it's fine if you know where to use them, which I don't, but still. But yeah, no, legit, the 360 floaties seem to be broken for the time being. Gameloft already acknowledged that and said that they're working on a solution. Again, by the time that I'm recording this just happened today. This bug started today. So just kind of fun to see it and experiment with it and, you know, how it doesn't work. And probably there's people panicking like, oh my God, the game doesn't play like it should. But hey, you know, it's fine. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful. And with that, I have gotten the blueprints that I needed. Now, here's the thing. I did redo the calculation just to account for those 10 blueprints, so just the same table that I showed you earlier, but it's actually a little bit less now. There it is, corrected. So basically, you know that I started with the idea that I had in total 92 blueprints because of the 85 plus 7. Well, now considering the additional 10 blueprints that I got from there, in total the maximum that I would spend is 37,500 tokens. But obviously, that's not the case because I've been getting better drops overall. So honestly, I'm not feeling bad about this. So far, I've spent like almost 10,000 tokens on this, and come on, I got it already to 5 stars. But let's see how do we do to get to the very last star. So let's continue the buying over here, spending my tokens because reasons. But yeah. Again, I saw a decent opportunity to do this. I've done this for a couple of cars, in fact. I remember I did one of these multi-packs. I don't think I even recorded it, but I did one for the Lotus Evija in Class B, because once again, it's okay, this one had 3 drops. That's pretty good. Pretty good. For the Evija, which is a relatively rare-ish car of Class B, especially if you're not in the necessary garage level for it to start showing in the Legend store. I think it's a Legend store car after. I don't know what garage level, but regardless, the point is that when I see these opportunities and it's one car and I know that it's not going to cost me too much, I think it's relatively worth it, you know? Like, oh, you know, I don't spend some tokens into doing this. This had 3 drops. That's pretty dope. So yeah, I take these opportunities so long as it is a car that I do like. Now, for example, there was an opportunity in the past for me to get the Lotus ER9, which is a car that I kind of do like, but not enough for me to want to spend. Then again, that was not a multi-pack. That was just regular packs, and I would have had to spend a lot of tokens for the blueprints. So I didn't think that was necessarily worth it. But overall, you know, depending on the car, oh, that had 4 drops. That's fantastic. Let's go. All right. Yeah, depending on the situation, depending on the car, depending on if I actually like the way that the car looks and all of that, then yeah, I might decide to spend some tokens on it, and depending once again on the opportunity, it's how much I would spend. Because maybe I would have been okay to keep this car at 5 stars instead of 6 and just drive it like that. But then again, seeing the opportunity to get the ooh, look at that. Oh, that's pretty dope. The epics from this, you know, I thought that was a decent opportunity. Now, if I'm lucky enough, I only need to do one more 10-pack. Come on, game. Please be cool with me. I think it did. Oh, yeah. So there's a very brief flash. You may have noticed that as I bought this 10-pack, it quickly flashed that I already max started the car. I don't know. You can rewind it and you will notice it. But yeah, there it is. 1 drop and just the last one. Yep, there it is. Oh, well, there's actually at least another drop. All right, that was fantastic. So that was what? 18 packs, and that is going to allow me to finally take my Bugatti Divo to 6-star, baby! Oh, yeah. Now, okay, so that was 18 packs. So how much is that? 18 times 750. That cost me 13,500 tokens. That is an absolutely amazing price to take a Class S car, which again might not be the most amazing thing out there or anything, but take it to 6-star. Oh, that is absolutely fantastic. Now with that, I can also get some additional rewards over here, which are going to be precisely the epics that a couple of additional epics, some more stuff for the Icona Volcano Spider. I actually probably already got some additional stuff over here as well. Now this is just, hey, 200 tokens in return. I'll take it. So yeah, that looks pretty good overall. So I hope you don't mind. I'm gonna celebrate getting my Divo to 6-star by driving it a little bit in multiplayer again, because at the moment of recording, there's a free try for the car at Go. So hey, might as well use it. But yeah, like I said, overall, the car is not anything that I would consider, oh, it's absolutely amazing or anything, but it is a car that I like. I think it performs decently enough. And yeah, why not? I think, again, for under 14,000 tokens, I think that was 100% absolutely worth it. So yes, I really like this multi-packs. Again, obviously, they nerfed on the drop rate from 20 to 15%. You can tell that there is definitely a difference, but still, especially when it's just one single card that you are missing, the overall still ends up being way better than... Oh, wow, how did I end up drifting on landing on that? That's what the floaty drifting is not working currently. I think you need to hit the brake at a very specific timing, and you can still drift after landing from the 360s, but I still don't know exactly how that works, so hey. But yeah, this whole thing of the multi-packs, it's a fantastic opportunity, given some specific cases, right? Like I said, it's not for everybody, it's not for every single car, depending on the class and all of that, but yeah, no, overall, this was, in my opinion, 125% worth it because I got a pretty decent car for a pretty decent price, and it's gonna be a oh, look at me go. I'm still getting a W with this car. Beautiful. Defeating a Chimera? Oh, that's dope. But yeah, that is gonna do it for this video. If you made it all the way to this part of the video, why don't you leave me in the comments the word dump? And I'll give you a heart for doing that. But yeah, if you like what I do over here, like, subscribe, and all of that. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.